So again, I just can't, I struggle to understand how such a huge automaker with such a large presence gets this so wrong. Damn, roast the front tires. Dude, we're getting motor cog right here.
Oh, damn.
That's insane. Why did we roll like 10 feet before it grabbed the brakes there? By the way, that Dodge Charger is right over there. And we're actually at a Dodge dealership, and that's their Charger. We have seen an issue with this front trunk, which is closing it.
Yeah.
You have to slam this thing. Just, hey, nope, still didn't work. Are you kidding me? They say award-winning Uconnect. I give it the award-winning for the worst infotainment system installed in any car. 3, 2, 1, full brakes. Oh my gosh. You can feel the weight of it. It had literally no stopping power. In 37 miles, we can stop and get a 6.4 kilowatt charger. Really? This is all it says? Is that things are working? Well, of course it's working. Why would it not be working? Who needs to know this? Oh no, it doesn't support multi-touch.
That is bad.
Throw this in here.
Nope, it is cooling.
Oh, it's got a fan. Oh,
right.
Thank God.
I can now recommend this vehicle.
Yep. Dude, like the displays are really nice. Everything's really kind of cool through here. I'm gonna go for the heated seat and heated steering wheel. 3 levels.
Levels of even the steering wheel. I love that.
You hit the turnsicle, it does accelerate to clear the path.
This is good.
We found something good about the Wagoneer. Hello and welcome to another Out of Spec Reviews video. You join me here in the northern Colorado area with this, the new Jeep Wagoneer S 4xe, a fully electric SUV that's built by Jeep. And it's called a Wagoneer, but it's like way smaller than what I would imagine a Wagoneer to be. And in this video, I'm going to take you on a full tour and of course drive it for the first time, as we always do with electric vehicles. This is built on Stella Large, so it's actually the sister vehicle. Some adaptations, of course, to the Dodge Charger, which I recently reviewed on this channel. And it was one of the most disappointing cars, definitely of the year and maybe of the decade. It really was a disaster. But I'm coming into this with an open mind because I actually think a lot of the things about that Dodge Charger, attributes that it have, works way better when you come to an SUV like this. So there's a lot to get into here. By the way, that Dodge Charger is right over there. And we're actually at a Dodge dealership, and that's their Charger. So it genuinely is the Dodge Charger. Jordan joins me behind the camera, as does Andreas. Hey guys.
Hi.
Hey guys. So we are in Colorado reviewing the Jeep Wagoneer S 4xe, not in beautiful sunny San Diego like the other YouTube channels that you follow.
Yeah, somehow we didn't get invited to the next vehicle that they put out.
Don't know what's up with that, but I feel like we were very fair in our first review. Obviously, the invite must have been lost in the mail. Don't worry, we came to Prestige Jeep Dodge Chrysler Ram in Longmont, Colorado.
Yep.
And they were kind enough to literally pull this off the transporter, just got here, threw it into the wash bay, and we're only 2 days late to the car. Not a bad deal.
Yeah, really not bad. I was pleased to find a couple Wagoneers in the Colorado region. More on the way, in transit everywhere, to every dealer.
And we actually just met a new owner of one of these who is taking delivery, who's thrilled about it. And it was really interesting because he didn't really know Jeep was making an EV. He's not a Jeep guy. He just went online, somehow stumbled into this becoming a car, and then just came and bought it. Right, Andreas?
Yeah, I think he said he wanted to find an SUV of this size, electric one. And yeah, so he decided to jump on it. It sounded like a spur of the moment kind of decision. Like, it sounded like he didn't do much research. I mean, we are speculating here, but that's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, he was excited. That's all that matters.
Yeah, of course. And there's a lot to like here on paper, especially when compared to the Dodge Charger EV, which we just looked at inside. To me, this is a little bit more compact of a package, so it's not as obscenely large. Jordan, the wheelbase is even shorter, right?
Yes, this wheelbase is 113 inches.
Yeah.
Whereas the Charger is like 120.
121 or 122, something like that.
And the overall length is longer, the Charger. The width is wider, and this is only 4 inches taller.
And this is also a few hundred pounds lighter than the Dodge Charger EV.
Yeah.
With the same 100 kilowatt hour battery pack, 94 kilowatt hours usable or so, and the same motors, but it makes a little bit less power. We have a lot to get into there. The big question mark here is this is $73,590. They come one way. I mean, there's a couple options. You can get tow pack and then colors.
Yeah.
So I think like maxed out, you're at like 74 or something. But it's basically just under 75 grand. And that seems like a lot of money for something that essentially is, come on back here, Jordan, so everyone can see what it's like back here. It seems like a lot of money for something that's kind of in between Model Y and Model X in terms of size. What's your impression?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's a lot of money for, you know, I hate to play the Tesla card, but in the end, you always got to compare what you can get for much less money, right, in the market. So
Yeah, Model Y is cheaper. Lyric topped out, though, is the exact same price as this, more or less.
And Lyric, there's some benefits here to Lyric. We should mention this charges better and maybe is more efficient. I checked out a couple of the early reviews. Like I looked at Roman's videos from TFL, good friends of ours, also Alex on Auto's videos, and they were both praising the efficiency of this car. So that's interesting.
This has a 0.29 drag coefficient, which is the best Jeep's ever had, of course. I mean, look at the one behind you.
Wow, what?
But also,
that is engineering excellence right there.
They're saying segment leading in a few areas, including drag coefficient.
We've learned Stellantis will make up their own segments, though.
Yeah, that's true.
So what segment? Because this is mid-size electric SUV.
Yeah.
What do they how does that, I don't know. 0.29 is not bad though.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, let's look at trunk space because there's an optical illusion going on with this car. From the side, I think looks really good. I like the design. When I think Wagoneer, I don't think something of this shape, but I love how the roof line literally comes right back here. It's somewhat squared off. It looks good, except they lie to you because hello!
Yeah, you know what they did? They took the front thing off the Charger and threw it in the back here, reversed.
The R-wing, now it's the back wing, but they built in the camera here. So this might be the digital rearview mirror camera. But I think that's an interesting design trick. So they clearly wanted it to look like a Jeep, make it look boxy, but then to kill your cargo space. But then also that does help with efficiency, especially at high speed. So trade-offs always, every car's a compromise, as we always say. This is their decision. It's the first time we've really ever seen something so egregious like this, but I don't hate it. I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's huge. It's like the spoiler on the Supra from the 90s, and I kind of like that.
I think it's interesting. I would be really curious to see what it looks like if you just like removed this module.
Right.
It would kind of have that BZ4X kind of thing going on back here. Let's take a look at trunk space if I know how to open it up. Again, we're just looking at this for the first time. I don't see, oh, it's over here on the right. So again, we didn't go to the big launch event, so it's not like we sat in a presentation, but I still think we'll have the nerdiest video for everyone. Trunk space, wide, very wide.
Yeah, so it's 30 cubic feet right here, 60 with the second row folded down, 60-40 split, of course.
This is the included EVSE. Let's take a look. Shout out to Prestige for all this. So it's not even, so it's just a NEMA 515.
Yep.
So they don't even give you a 240 volt mobile connector with it?
As it turns out, the Jeep Wagoneer and all Stellantis battery electric vehicles actually come with a home charger or $600 worth of public charging credits. If you opt for the home charger, that is a Free2Move unit. Free2Move is the app, I guess, company that they acquired. And so that includes an EVSE for level 2 charging at home, which would be professionally installed by Q Merit. So it does come with the level 1 charger, the EVSE that you can use in emergency situations because it would take literally forever. But you can also have the home charger installed at home, which helps for most everyone living with this car.
And this is the crappiest feeling. This is a $75,000 car, Jordan.
Oh my gosh.
And it gives you, watch it be 10 amps. No, it's 12 amps. Okay. I was going to go, holy smokes. That seems egregious. We should package this back up so that when the next owner comes, it should be good. To close the back, similar to the Dodge Charger EV, the button's over on the side, except it dings at you before it comes down.
That helps.
The Dodge Charger it like waits a little bit too long when you hit the button to make you think like, oh, I must not have hit it, and then it eats you.
Yeah.
Arms were lost. Arms were lost.
Let's go through the technical components on this first. Number one, battery pack. 100 kilowatt hour NMC battery pack gross capacity, anywhere between 93 and 94 kilowatt hours usable. They have an 80% daily recommended charging limit on this particular one, and there's no slider. You can either choose 80 or 100, which is what we've seen from all the Stellantis vehicles, Maserati, Fiat, Jeep, and Dodge. I wish they would give you a slider. We'll get into that when we get into the software. What's powering it are two permanent magnet electric motors that both are 250 kilowatts each peak. What's that in horsepower?
325.
325. However, you cannot achieve maximum power output as a total system with this one.
Right. Sorry, 335.
335.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it claims on the website 335 horsepower per motor, but then the maximum horsepower of the car is claimed to be 600. But then on the sticker over there it says 500 kilowatts.
Let's show everyone this because they claim, I mean, it should be the fastest Jeep ever, and they've made some fast Jeeps, but I also hate that because Jeeps have never been really performance oriented other than some other spicy, Hellcat powered ones. So they say 400 volt, 250 kilowatt front and rear electric drive motors. Then they say 500 kilowatt electric drive power output, except 500 kilowatts is 670 horsepower, and this is claimed at just over 600 horsepower.
600 on the dot.
Oh, 600 on the dot.
Yeah.
So I'm just confused.
The numbers don't actually add up. You're right.
Yeah, so I don't know why they would say 500 kilowatt output. I understand the fact that maybe it's battery limited, and which is why they're not letting both motors rip full send, or maybe there'll be a downloadable power upgrade similar to like what they did with the Dodge Charger. Not sure. But the motors are 2 permanent magnet motors. Same motors, same batteries as the Dodge Charger, except this one is standard and only comes with the front axle disconnect, which I think is a good thing.
Yeah.
So they claim that the hubs disconnect rather than an actual like dog clutch on the output shaft of the motor.
Yeah, it's at the wheel side.
Yeah, so that's actually even more efficient because now you're not spinning the differential, you're not spinning anything upstream from there. And when we do our range test on one of these, Jordan, it's just gonna be rear drive.
Yep.
Which should be good. Like the range in this should be awesome. It's rated at 303 miles, which is very reasonable.
Or 270 on the other tire option.
What is the other tire?
I'm not sure. Another type of sort of mild all-terrain.
Okay, but this one's on the regular
Regular
Falcon
all-seasons, yeah.
all seasons, which they're pretty narrow though, right? They're like 255s if I remember correctly. Don't know. Where does it say?
Yeah, it's kind of a narrow tire, and also, as you can tell, 235s, 235
Oh,
50. So they are very narrow, like Mustang Mach-E narrow. That's the same as the Mustang Mach-E and Tesla, I think, as far as the 18-inch wheels.
Not Model Y.
Not Model Y, I guess.
Model 3 is narrow.
So they're very, very narrow. And as you can tell, 6.4 inches ground clearance.
So it has the least ground clearance of any Jeep.
Right.
And so 6.4 inches doesn't translate into Jeep, but this one's not trail rated.
Right.
Which means it cannot do the Rubicon Trail.
I don't doubt
I mean, anything can do it. Once this becomes a rental car, it's conquering the trail, no problem. Okay, so, but like really, Jordan, other than the price, which is definitely questionable, everything here is seemingly shaping up to be a very reasonable, nice car.
Yeah, and even charging capabilities.
Let's talk about it.
So we just showed you the EVSE, but inside the charge port, of course.
Huge door cover.
Very huge,
But this is also the first global electric Jeep. So they have the Jeep, what is it called over there? They have the electric Jeep.
I don't know.
Oh gosh, can't remember the name, but I did check them out over there. They're pretty cool actually, and it was like named Europe's #1 car of the year or something, but I don't know how that was possible. Anyway, 48 amp onboard charger, which is fine. It's under
good. 11 kilowatts.
Yeah, under 100 kilowatt hour usable, 48 amps, totally fine. It has the same stupid charge port door as the Dodge, so it looks like you're supposed to pull it down because it has this lip, but no, you're actually supposed to pull on the side.
Yeah, so whoever made the lip wasn't talking to whoever made the hinge.
Right, this was a different team than that team.
Sounds like Stellantis.
Yeah, and not connected in any way. So, and people probably think like, oh, we're just nitpicking and like that's a small problem. It could be freezing, you can have gloves on, you get to the charger and it will be impossible to pull this out without getting a fingernail under here and pulling the port out that way. It's a real problem.
If you're charging this on the daily, like a lot of people might be doing, like
DC
plugging it every
charging,
night.
yeah.
But it's just frustrating.
Yeah, certainly. You won't need to do it for AC charging,
Right,
but for
yeah.
DC charging. It should just sit at 500 amps for a while, so 200 kilowatts.
Yep.
They say 20 to 80 in 23 minutes.
Yep.
Why they don't just quote 10 to 80, which is 26 minutes, I don't know. And my 10 to 80 comment comes from a fantastic YouTube channel, Alex on Autos, and maybe EV Buyer's Guide, I forget exactly, but I think I watched it on Alex on Autos. And he said 10 to 80 in 30 or 26 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's the number, that's where we got that number from.
Which is faster than my Tesla.
Yeah, I mean the current, and it's a big battery.
Yeah.
So like, while it doesn't have the big peak, it's still low voltage, but it should just kind of sit hardcore out. So I can't wait to do a charging test on either this or the Charger. And I think Prestige, Jeep, Dodge, Chrysler, Ram are so cool that they're actually probably going to let us play around with some of these in the future.
That would be awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, love having good dealership relationships, you know, to be able to test these cars out. And I really think this makes a lot of sense. Like, yeah, we were harsh on the Charger review. I was specifically, I think deservedly so.
Yeah.
There's problems here as well that transfer, but I think it doesn't come with the same expectation that an enthusiast vehicle does.
This feels competitive in its segment, which they're very focused on, like segment leading various things. But the Charger feels not appropriate in its segment.
I mean, we should really be thinking kind of Lyric and other maybe Acura ZDX type thing, that thing, because the one thing we haven't mentioned in this video, Jordan, is the interior, which is admittedly gorgeous.
Yeah.
They did a fantastic job on the materials, not, you know, leather-free materials, I should mention as well. A micro suede headliner, ambient lighting, really, like the steering wheel has high quality, smooth grain texture, head-up display. It's got so much screen real estate in here. They say it has more screen real estate than any car on the market.
Yeah, 45 inches.
But what about the 7 Series?
I think that one wins somehow.
And I just looked at the Ito M9.
Yep.
I think, or M9. It has a projector screen in the back.
Well, that's crazy. That's China.
Yeah, that's China, but that's car industry.
Yeah. No, you're very right. And it's split across 4 screens.
Oh, I'm going to pop the front here really quick. So I'm going to hit a button, not a powered front trunk. I think that's a miss.
Yeah.
I find myself using cars that have power front trunks way more, and it's got a latch, doesn't it?
Especially because this feels like just opening.
Oh, no, it doesn't have a latch.
It doesn't. It just, yeah.
It just feels like you got to pull it up. So, what's under this? Oh, okay.
So basically, once you receive delivery, take
Throw
this
that out.
throw it away, recycle it.
No, this is someone's. This isn't a press car. If it was a Jeep car. Yeah. Okay.
And there's your front.
It's not that bad.
No, it's okay.
Totally fine. I think we have seen an issue with this front trunk, which is closing it.
Yeah.
You have to slam this thing, because even our new friend that just took delivery of one, like they were all struggling to get it closed. And you can't, once it's halfway latched, push it back down. You have to, and this is going to look abusive, but this is what you have to do. Just, hey, nope, still didn't work. Are you kidding me?
Wait, you might be able to now. The guy looked like he was actually able to push it down once it was at this part.
Really?
Yeah.
But you have to, this is a single latch kind of here, right?
I think it's back here.
I don't want to buckle their hood.
Yeah, maybe not.
I literally, my weight just came off the ground.
This is just part of Jeep Wagoneer S ownership. If you do use the
Right, see, this is why just having a really nice front trunk. So we got it closed earlier by slamming it, did we not?
Yeah.
So this is the single latching point.
So you have to slam it harder, right there. There we go.
Holy smokes!
So you know you're a
Is
mother.
it dented? No, we're good.
If you're a mother, you have your baby in your arm, you just finished grabbing stuff out, and you're trying to.
Or if you're Colton.
Right.
I mean, I guess it's a good way to get the rage out.
Right. Yeah. But we should have Colton do a build quality review on one of these.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll let us. I mean, in terms of like the way everything's lining up, it looks really nice actually.
Yeah, it does look well put
But
together.
Colton will find issues with anything. So this is kind of nice too as well, this kind of lit up grille. And it is,
Reflective.
oh my gosh, it is an indirect exterior reflective lighting system.
Just like Model Y.
But Tesla said they were the first. But we just watched one of these get delivered.
Yeah.
And that means this is the first.
Yep. Just like everyone's saying the new Ioniq 5 is the first to NACS, but technically Gravity.
Wait, it's IERLS, rear lighting system. Oh no, reflective lighting system.
Reflective,
Yeah, so this is reflecting off this plastic and creating light. Yes, of course, there's also a light bar here, like sort of a somewhat homogeneous light bar that doesn't actually look that great in my opinion. But this is a reflective lighting surface.
Yep.
And Tesla says they're the first, but Jeep beat them.
Ooh,
oh,
that's big news. You
that's-
should tweet that.
2 people will care. But anyway, you know, it's fun to poke fun sometimes and whatever. But I do think that everything here works so much better than the Charger.
And a lot of people like to buy an EV that doesn't look weird. Like that, you know, Aria's turned some people off because they're like, oh, it looks like a weird spaceship.
I think Aria looks good though.
I do too. But this just looks like a Cherokee-ish thing.
So where are the headlights in here? They must be up here, but then these are also fogs. Let me kick the lights on. Let's see what we got to work with here, Jordan. So I've got main beam on. All it said was vehicles ready to drive.
Yeah, I think it's powered on first, fully.
No,
There we go.
Okay, so hold on. That's
Yep.
that's normal headlights.
Yep.
That's fogs.
Yep.
Got it. Automatic.
Cool.
And parking lights.
Looks good.
Dude, the interior's so nice. I can't wait to drive this thing and sit in there. Macintosh, how do you call it? Macintosh?
Yeah, Macintosh. There's like a
Macintosh.
subtle A in there, but not really. There's no A, so.
Okay.
You guys talking Apple or?
Okay, so it's 75 grand, 300 miles of range, 100 kilowatt hour battery pack, 2 permanent magnet electric motors. We should mention the range figure is what's stated in the EPA cycle, not in our testing. We will run it in our test.
Yep.
But we need one with a few miles on it to do that.
Yep.
Let's look in the back seat. Back seat review time. Jordan, why don't you pop on over here on this side? I will set the front seat to my seating position, and then I'll try out the back. So, jumping in up here, first of all, let's see, seat all the way down. Dude, I like the interior of this car, but I can already see some build quality issues. Like, what's going on over here? It's on both sides.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
It's like a gap.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay, that looks bad.
Yep.
And like, this doesn't fit.
Oh, yep. Yep. Oh, I think I'm fixing that. There we go. I just fixed it.
Okay.
They haven't thoroughly gone through this thing.
Okay,
So.
but I feel like this is where I would sit. So let me try out sitting behind myself. And again, I'm 6'1" or 1.86 m. Okay, headroom's not great.
Yeah.
It's not terrible, but it's not great.
Right.
This can open up even more, and I'm pretty sure I can hit that button there.
But they do the thing like some other cars do where the glass doesn't benefit headroom at all for anyone.
Right, if they brought the glass over here, it would really help.
Yeah.
But I kind of, like, my head's definitely hitting, and I'm, can slump.
Yep.
But that's interesting. So also quite a wide back seat base. This is actually a usable third row area, or sorry, third seat area.
Yeah.
Not a third row. 2 cup holders, that's pretty standard. Really cool feature. Heated and cooled second row.
Standard.
Check this out. Well, standard because they only launched with the first edition.
Exactly. But yes, that
So there's-
makes me so happy.
Oh, not at the same
Can't do it
time.
at the same time, but that makes me so happy.
That is a really nice feature. Also has a 120 volt NEMA 515 outlet.
Cool.
Wonder what happens if you plug the EVSC into here and then back into the charge port.
Infinite energy.
We should try that.
Yeah.
Okay, before the end of the video, we're doing that. Yeah, you charge itself.
Yep.
Go forever. Of course, then you have 2 USB-C ports back here. I'm unsure of the wattage.
We'll have to measure that at some point.
Yeah, when we get one on test for a while.
We'll go hard.
Yeah, I do like these lights back here. Headliner looks beautiful. To me, this feels way higher quality, way more premium, way nicer than the Charger.
Yeah.
If the Charger had like this kind of interior and this kind of vibe,
Yep.
I would say, yeah, it's nice.
Yep.
Love the sound system covers, the grills right there.
That looks just like Macintosh.
Yeah, it looks like they're amps, backlit, super cool.
Yeah.
And dude, loving this actually.
Yeah.
Like I think realistically with most of these EVs, they do have like a pretty high MSRP. We've seen that many times, but you are able to get pretty good lease deals.
Yeah.
At least that's been traditionally the case. Here in Colorado, Prestige, Jeep, Dodge, Chrysler, Ram just quoted us, what was it, $3,000 out of pocket or $5,000 out of pocket?
$5,000 out of pocket.
$599
$599 a month.
It's not amazing, and that's pre-tax and everything,
Yeah.
right? But at the same time, like this thing's brand new. They just got here. So it's before there have been national programs and to bring the prices down.
Yep.
You'll get the first few people through that get them. And then I think, like this, if they could lease this out really well, could be a really nice option so far.
Yep.
Also like that they have these seat back pockets. This is interesting, like a little grocery bag holder of some kind.
Yeah, you can hang stuff on that.
Yeah,
Big
it looks a
on it.
little flimsy though.
Yeah.
But rear air vents back here, which is nice. No B-pillar vents, but down there is at least acceptable. Nice ambient lighting. Dude, like the materials feel really nice.
And the lighting is like the exact same as the new Y and 3, where it's on each door and then one bar on the front.
Yeah, I like it. So,
Yeah.
And 64 colors. They'll make a big deal of that.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Not infinity colors,
Not
just
infinity.
64. Also, this is the first Jeep with the electronic door release.
Oh, I don't like it.
Yeah?
Yeah, show everyone because it's too far away for your hand to reach it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think.
You have to have like a decent thumb, and then how's the door thunk?
Good.
Like
good?
5% better than Rivian.
Oh, well, that's not saying much.
Not great,
Rivian
yeah.
has
Not
a terrible
great.
door thumb for the Gen 2 at least. Some of the stuff is plastic. Some is like this nice material, but it feels not. So it feels more luxurious than like the Rivian non-leather material or whatever.
Yeah.
But it also does feel like it'll be a little bit hard wearing.
Yeah.
And it's not as greasy as like Kia stuff.
Yeah.
I actually think a really nice material, perfect for this car.
Yeah, various textures and
Yeah,
stuff.
stitching,
Like this is smooth,
perforations.
this is rough, this is perforated, this is stitched, this is overlapping. Like, nice.
Yeah, they really they selected all.
Yeah. What material? Yes.
Yes. All right, let's try out the front seat now. So the door handles are interesting, Jordan. Can you show everyone on the outside that handle? Because I don't really like it. First of all, this car comes with a key and does not support phone as a key, at least at launch. I think it will. I don't like how you have to push this button in there to lock and unlock. I think that's a little bit not elegant.
Yeah.
It should just lock as you walk away and unlock as you approach. And the little squeeze in here.
What? Yeah. What other car? ID4.
ID4, but this is worse.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of travel here. ID4 is more of a pressure.
Yeah.
And then the door pops. This, oh yeah, it's not a great door thunk, is it? Because it kind of, you get a second reverberation up top.
Yeah.
Yeah, the unlatching portion is okay.
Yeah, it's faster than the Rivian, I think.
It just depends. I'd be curious to see how it is from a deep sleep. But I don't feel like there's a mechanical workaround, and I don't see a spot to put a key in here, Jordan.
Oh.
So I wonder, maybe it's a bit like Tesla in the sense where it does need to be powered in order to get in.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, so you got to jump the 12 volt if
Nice
it
little
does.
hidden badge right here. Established 1963 for the original Wagoneer.
Yeah, so Jeeps do a really good job of like attention to detail, Easter eggs, stuff like that. Am I noticing a heated windshield? No, I think it's this is
Yeah.
reflecting. That's not a great material, by the way.
No.
In here, we have 1, 2, 3 screens.
4.
4. This slides up, by the way.
Oh, wow. It's
Yeah.
not like the Lucid where you have to like wait for it to like power up, right?
No.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
it goes and then it keeps your air conditioning
That's
controls.
really interesting.
And then it will load up this.
Yep.
Dude, that's awesome,
when
actually.
I get one on test, I'll be plugging in HDMI and playing Fortnite right here.
So can you see that screen?
No, it's off.
Well, the car's on. Oh,
Ooh,
that's this one.
that's this one. Passenger screen on.
No, that's passenger screen off.
Maybe it's not working.
Maybe you need to be buckled. Do I need to be
I
buckled?
think it should just work. On the
Passenger
other-
screen power on.
Oh, and then you can turn it off. What?
Wait. Passenger screen off. Passenger screen power off.
Oh, so the screen's on standby. That's a separate setting from actually being on.
Oh, well now it's on to you, right?
Yes.
I can't see it at all.
Okay. Oh, wow.
So it does maybe if I
Porsche.
go into park, it does Audi Q6 Porsche thing.
Yeah.
So to me it's blank,
Yeah,
but to you can see it.
I can see it. It's dim, but I can see it. Maybe I can brighten it. Oh, yeah, it's pretty. There we go. There, it's brighter.
Okay, now I can just vaguely see
Yeah.
that it's on, but I can't see anything other than the
But yeah,
slider.
when you turn this off, it's still powered on, which means it says touchscreen to turn on now. So there's a separate standby setting than like off.
Okay, that's weird. We're gonna gloss over that. We've given Stellantis enough hate in our videos.
Yep, that's totally fine.
I'm not trying to be nice to this, but I genuinely do like the interior. Like, you know, we're treating this just like anything else. I also like how the headrest tilts, so I can get it right to where I want it. Also, does it go up and down?
Yeah, it does. With the
Maybe it's up all the way.
press thing, yeah.
I think it's all the way up. Okay. You know, traditional window controls here. They do fold in. It's nice. Sounds like every other window motor
Yep.
situation. Lock and unlock, child lock functions, all pretty normal. You have 2 memory positions for passenger and driver.
That's cool.
Yeah. And this kind of awkward steering wheel where it's similar to like a normal Wagoneer, I guess, in the sense where it's a relatively compact wheel and it's flat top and bottom. I prefer round wheel, but in an SUV, who cares?
Right.
And dude, like the displays are really nice. Everything's really kind of cool through here. I'm going to go for the heated seat and heated steering wheel. 3 levels.
Levels of even the steering wheel. I love that.
Oh, that. Oh my gosh.
The lag, though.
The lag.
It has the Wagoneer lag.
Dude, this is the same thing that I noticed with the, once you get it woken up, it's a little bit better. Same issue I had with the Charger. Yeah,
Okay,
so
so
all of this is a lot of the same, but it does feel like it's on a bit newer software and a bit faster. So we have different drive modes. We'll get to that stuff in a minute. The steering wheel, beautiful stitching. Again, great materials, Wagoneer across the front. I have my typical sort of Uconnect functions. They say award-winning Uconnect. I give it the award-winning for the worst infotainment system installed in any car, only because this is a brand new $75,000 electric vehicle, Jordan, that cannot get us, holy smokes.
Anywhere?
Oh, there we go. The lag.
So, yeah.
What lag?
Andreas, you're a software guy.
Yeah, I know. You don't want to hear me comment on that.
Okay, first of all, why is the keyboard here? What's going on? This looks like a mess. It's like blocking things.
Yeah.
So to me, this wins the award for the worst infotainment.
So yeah, the Uconnect 5, according to Jeep's actual website, says award-winning, and I'm just really curious who gave the award and how can I find them?
And how can we kill them?
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Okay, so Las Vegas, 612 miles. I know for a fact it's around 800 miles by road. This is as the crow flies.
Oh, the keyboard came back up. That's
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, but I just want to go there. So then we got to go here, and then we got to click this again. And so let's see how it calculates the route.
Yes.
Because this is, again, I just want to remind everyone, an almost $75,000 brand new electric car that took that long just to load the route
Without charge.
without charging.
Wow.
So it will alert us that we can't make it there. Right there. Recharging needed to reach your destination. Search for charging. Would love to search for charging along the route.
It says it'll do that.
Okay, let's see.
Charge point.
There's
50
a
kilowatts.
50 kilowatt. Oh, thank
6.4 kilowatts.
Thank God. In 37 miles, we can stop and get a 6.4 kilowatt charger.
Great.
We have 96 miles of projected range,
Yep.
but it wants to stop in 37 miles. What other options do we have? 22 kilowatt,
Okay.
6.4 kilowatt. Show stations suitable for fast charging. No shit, I'm going on a road trip. Who the heck? I should just stop now. So now we're searching for suitable fast charging stations. Here we go. 350 kilowatt, 200 kilowatt stations. The problem is all of these, Jordan, are way before we ever need to stop because we're going to run out there.
Someone might... Oh, and yeah, nothing near the end are actually lit up. It's only the ones close to us.
Right, but like there's a plenty of chargers to choose from this way.
Yeah.
Right? Are there
We've
not?
been to all of them, yeah.
Let's think about this.
What I like though is that it actually
Yeah.
shows it where you run out.
there's
Georgetown.
Idaho Springs.
Dude, there's a bunch. Frisco has that new V4 supercharger that's open. Why did it go over there?
Oh,
It's pretty fast at response. No, I take it back. Okay. So that to me, just nothing shows I don't care about the electric car I'm making than that right there.
yeah.
That is unacceptable.
We'll get Andreas a few beers and a podcast, and then he can talk about
I'll order one.
Andreas, what do you, I mean, honestly, you know, we're all Tesla owners here. I own a bunch of other cars. We're not trying to say like, oh, Tesla's the best. What we're trying to show is that this is a lot of people's first electric car. We just witnessed someone who bought this because he cares about the environment, was his reasoning, and he wanted to buy an electric Jeep. And, you know, he's going to get in here never experiencing an EV, and this is the experience to get him to where he needs to go. So Andreas, what's your opinion of this?
Yeah, same, pretty much what you said. It's so sad because this is going to be his first experience. And, you know, there's a lot of misinformation out there about EVs already, and this just enforces that kind of, you know, those, what's it called, FUD, you know,
Yeah.
fear, uncertainty, doubt. Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah, I just think
Route needs to work.
that's sort of like unacceptable in a sense. And so you can pull down this. Also, how could you ever let a car and design a system that lags like that?
Oof.
Leave the factory.
Yeah.
It should just be like, put a big processor in there. This thing's overpriced as is. And so the software experience is a huge letdown already. So this is choosing your shortcuts that you want to have up here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I think you go like this, and then you can, I don't know exactly, move it around or something. Yeah.
Okay. And now I can pull it up?
Yep, so that was the lag.
Okay.
I didn't touch it the second time. Great cameras.
Yeah, decent.
Yeah, a little bit of fisheye, which I don't
A little,
always
a
love.
little noisy.
More cameras.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Passenger side blind spot.
Ooh.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay. It's a little bit of a potato. What else can we choose from? Driver curb view.
Cool.
Oh yeah, there's my 235. Okay, that's kind of neat. You can also hotkey it from here, which this is the shittiest feeling.
Yeah, that's... Nothing's reinforcing it.
Because it's supposed to be like you touch it, although sometimes it apparently doesn't click when it's supposed to, but there's like a little hammer underneath. And I think they did a really poor job of this.
Oh, weird. Yeah.
Yeah. What else can the system do, Jordan? Let's just quickly breeze through. So we'll end our route to Vegas because it's not going to get us there. We have media options. Do we have built-in Spotify or anything? The lag is crazy. Holy smokes.
So again, 19 speakers, 1200 watts Macintosh.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike the Grand Wagoneer, there's not a level 1 and level 2 Macintosh. It's just Macintosh, as far as I know.
Great. So we do have... Nice. Let's go...
On first.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really?
You have to first turn on.
Oh, wait. I felt it go, but you have to wait. Now it's on.
Wow.
I'll go for the waterfall.
So you can't be in a hurry if you're using this car.
Wow. That's disappointing. Phone, vehicle. Here we go. Electric vehicle settings. This is what we're curious about. Regen. Max. Creep. Off. Oh, it thankfully says creep turned off over here. Okay. Power flow. So this shows where everything's going. That's nice.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, 7.9 miles per kilowatt hour.
Wow.
This thing is efficient. Move over Aptera. Driving history. Okay, that's fine. Whoops, that was on me. Schedules. So you can schedule when it charges. AC charging level. Again, this should just say amperage.
Yeah, so what amps is it doing?
So this would be 48 amp. In the owner's manual, it says what each level does.
Oh, that'd be so nice if they told you on the screen.
Absolutely. Maximum battery level. This is where I just want a slider. We'll charge it, set it to 80%.
Maybe.
Seriously? There we go.
You gotta be right in the middle of the dot.
So maybe it's not lag. Maybe I'm just...
Gotta be very, very precise. Yeah, who designed...
That would drive me insane. And so this is where...
it has autonomy.
Okay, so let's see. All of our sensors are working.
Okay, good.
I would hope so. Driver's side.
I gotta touch the very middle.
No, it recognized that I hit it. Front end, passenger side. Working. Really? This is all it says? Is that things are working? Working.
This is like the service mode.
Working. Where do you get the
options?
options? Well, of course it's working. Why would it not be working? Who needs to know this?
That's it? That's what you have in autonomy. Okay, maybe it's in settings.
Okay. Safety and driving assistance.
There we
Active
go.
lane management. This is what you would expect to be in autonomy. So steering assist, lane warning medium, steering assist strength, medium. Sounds good. Active emergency braking. We're all familiar with this stuff. Park sense, drowsy driver alert. I mean, most of the stuff's pretty normal.
I forgot about the thing I don't like, where if I just want to scroll a little bit, you can't.
Right.
You have to do the entire thing.
Yeah, it snaps to the next page, which is...
And wait, so if I want to access Park Sense... Okay, there we go.
Yeah. Again, it must be the award-winning for the most infuriating system known to man.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, well, all right, let's move on. You get some apps. Had to load that for the 4 apps that it's showing. And, you know, it's very BMW-esque that you can go through everything. Going to check out a couple of these. Definitely want to check out the... tire fill alert. That's kind of cool. So it should ding at you when you reach the specified pressure. What's the EV app? Oh, we've already been in there. So I can go back to apps. Your Macintosh, as you say. Oh, love it. Just like their amp.
Yep.
Okay.
Just leave that right there.
So also their other systems have stuff like this as well, but you can do auto and day, night auto mode, and then theater mode. Wonder what that does.
I don't know.
Okay, well, that's something we should dig into as more time goes on. We'll definitely hook up our phone during the test drive, Jordan, and listen to how everything sounds. Let's move over to here. So I have, typical for Stellantis, a bunch of main things I can scroll through here. So I can come over, let's start by screen setup, and we can choose, I thought we could choose display, like layout, but nope. Messages, head-up display, which it seems pretty small at the moment. Audio, car information. Here's where you get your trip computer info, speedometer, driver assistance, more efficiency. So, I mean, it's fine. There's nothing really bad about any of this.
There's content layout.
It's just so slow. Oh, where is it?
Back to. And then down.
Yeah, but that's for my head-up display.
Oh.
Oh, I can go to advanced. Makes no difference. So simple's big, custom. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, head-up display seems relatively small and really small.
Yeah, a lot of the reviews were saying you couldn't really see it on the road.
Yeah, I would agree based off of what I'm seeing here. Let me hold the camera. Guys, check this out. This is the head-up display. That's zoomed in. This is my view here. It's just that little tiny, it's exactly what I'm seeing.
Wow.
Pretty tiny.
Wow.
But like at least like I've got okay vision with my glasses. It works. Up here we have a hodgepodge of buttons that you're definitely going to have to make sure you're hitting the open and close for the roof, the tilt, and then separately the shade. This could have all been baked into one button.
Yep.
Don't know why they need 3 for it. But then you've got your SOS assist, lighting, which seems nice. I mean, that's good, just LED lights. You can't dim it for whatever reason, like some other cars, and then you're good to go. I think what we need to do, Jordan, is drive it.
I think so too.
Oh, we forgot to show everyone this screen. What can we do here? So you've got your temperature adjustment slider, or you can do it here. You've got your driver massage, your passenger massage, and your screen off. So what does this screen actually do?
So can we do this at the same time?
Let's find out.
Oh,
yes,
good,
it
okay.
is supports multi-touch. Oh wait, mine stopped.
Oh.
Oh no, it doesn't support multi-touch.
Oh, so yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so you can't adjust.
That is bad.
Sync. Okay, my OCD is now happy. I would just do that.
Yeah, just decide it.
Yeah. Down here we have a start button.
Okay, that's not needed.
I just want to mention this video is not a rerun on this channel. This is 2025. And we have a start button in a car.
Yep.
Why? When you shut it off, it says your current charge level. You have fast charge 1 hour, 13 minutes to 100%.
I like how it tells you level 1 charge.
Yeah. And then you can turn it on. Wagoneer S Launch Edition. That means we got to launch it. I like how the speed limit sign was behind the startup screen. And then down here we have our rotary shifter, which honestly feels really nice. And it stops when you hit each side, so it doesn't just spin forever.
Cool.
So you have reverse, neutral, drive, and then you hit a wall back. So Jeeps have had this for a long time. Then you have a little toggle for your drive mode, so it seems to start in auto mode. Then you can go eco, that probably delays throttle response, makes it slower, keeps the front motors disconnected as much as possible. Snow probably does the opposite, keeps the front motors connected as much as possible, maybe even entirely. Sand mode, and then sport, and then auto. So we'll probably just drive it in auto. There's also auto hold and a downhill speed reduction situation.
Rough road cruise control.
And we've got, oh wow, 2 wireless phone chargers or just 1 wireless phone charger?
One with vents?
What?
Is that possibly
Hold
cool?
on, let's go. Throw this in here. Ugh.
I can't really tell if the
Yeah,
vents...
but can you hear?
Nope, it is cooling.
Oh, it's got a fan. Oh,
All right.
thank God.
I can now recommend this vehicle.
Yep. And there's also a really nice phone holder right there. That is a wonderful place to put your phone. Just boop.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And then there's also a 12-volt outlet
Yep.
and just like a nice, decent storage compartment.
Yeah, and I like the storage here too.
I love that they gave you a cooled charger. In China, every car has cooled charging.
Wow, and here in the US, it's rare. Okay, so we should pick up our chaperone.
Yeah, we're going to bring Bella, right?
Yep.
She's awesome. Bella's going to be like our go-to Jeep, Dodge, Chrysler, Ram salesperson.
Right.
And if you're going to buy one of these, which honestly, other than the route planning and like the pretty bad software, you can do CarPlay, right?
Yeah.
Android Auto?
Yeah, and it's a nice one too. It's nicely integrated, so.
So just do that.
Yeah.
And if you don't go on a lot of road trips, you don't need route planning or battery preconditioning or anything.
Then this might be great.
This might be great. The one thing though, Jordan, I want to make sure is, does it at least tell you your state of charge on arrival somewhere? So let's just say I want to not go to Vegas. I mean, the scrolling's pretty fast.
Yeah, it just doesn't scroll where you want it to be.
All right, so let's say I want to go to
It has to be somewhere close so we can
Wellington, where we do our testing.
Right.
Which would be right here, right? This is where there's a charger?
see. Yep.
Are we sure?
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
Why doesn't it show there's a charger there?
Yep.
There's a 200 kilowatt charger right here. So can I push and hold, drop the pin, Add to favorite, use a starting point. I don't know, search near here. Drive. Will it tell us state of charge on arrival? Because it shouldn't need to do any route planning to get there, right? And I just think that's the most important metric you can have in an EV, is will it tell you, you know, at what state of charge will you arrive? I don't think it does, Jordan.
No.
Recenter. Yeah, there's nothing on here that indicates this.
Destination at 6:09 p.m.
She tells me the time, 6:09 p.m., but not our arrival state of charge. What do you have? What if we pull that out? Maybe it is out.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
That's not great.
That's, yeah. See, I think that's a really important feature to have in a modern electric car. Everything is just so laggy. What I can't understand before we go and drive it is just the decisions that led to some of
There's the charger.
Yeah, there's the Dodge Charger. I can't understand some of the decisions that led to this getting through. Like these buttons here for your quick lane departure on and off, they call it active lane management. Your like steering wheel and stuff, like this should just be nice tactile buttons that you can hit, not this really crappy feeling hammer thing.
Yeah.
And then the lack of a good navigation system. I mean, honestly, they could just go to Google, like what Polestar does, and put that in here. It'd be 100 times better.
Yeah.
So I think that's the major problem with this vehicle, but it's also the same problem with BZ4X and Lexus RZ, and the list goes on. And we see those on the road, and we see happy owners.
Yep.
And some people just charge at home and don't go on trips. Will never have to use a public charger. But then again, why are you buying a $70,000 vehicle with a 100 kilowatt hour pack at that point?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's unacceptable regardless. It might work for your use case, but in the grand scheme of the auto industry, in the grand scheme of the global automotive industry, this is completely unacceptable, borderline. No, it is just a trash system.
Yep.
Okay, let's go for a drive. Before we pick up Bella to go for a drive, I just want to talk about low speed characteristics, my first time driving this thing. So I'm in drive, we've turned on one pedal driving, and we've set creep off. So we have everything maximum. So I tip into the throttle, feels pretty nice, dude. It's hard to find a middle ground already. Oh, it's the same as the Charger. I take it back. So I'm off the throttle, right? And then it grabs the brakes right at the end. Why did we roll like 10 feet before it grabbed the brakes there?
That's what I've read from some other reviews, was just the non-linearness of it.
It's awful. It's like no one ever drove it. And so to me, again, $70,000 demands a premium experience, demands giving a shit, caring about drivetrain tuning, and they have not done that here. You can also already hear the motors rocking on their mounts in there. And so now I'm like, oh gosh, okay, everything nice I said just went away right there, because you tip into the throttle, it's good. There's no coasting position. It's just regen or throttle is what it feels like to me in this mode. And then you lift off, right? I'm not touching the brakes. We're coasting, straight coasting. And then when's it going to grab the brakes? There.
So you're not sure when it's going to grab the brakes, basically.
Yeah, there's a clear like 4-second something going on there where you're just straight coasting.
So it's got to be hard to get this dialed in at a stoplight.
It's also not smooth as a passenger because you get 2 deceleration hits. You get your big regen, then you coast, then you get your braking.
You know, when your passengers are like this thing when people are shifting a manual car?
Yeah.
That's what this...
So I just can't, I struggle to understand how such a huge automaker with such a large presence gets this so wrong. Something so simple. Now, of course, people might go in and turn all that off at the moment, right? And then you're just responsible for using the brake pedal, which we'll try out on the road, but that shouldn't be the case.
Yep.
So again, Stellantis. Messing everything up over here. It's crazy. All right, let's pick up Bella. Let's go for a cruise. Guys, it's time to get out on the road in the Wagoneer. Andreas, you ready?
I'm so ready.
Okay, do we go screen up or screen down? What do you think?
Screen down.
Screen down. Okay, I'm gonna go driver massage on. I hate that you have to hit on there first, and then, okay. I'll go for the rock climb mode. How about that?
I like it.
This is Colorado.
Off we go. And so we are gonna keep it in creep off with regen on high to try and get as much one pedal driving experience as possible. And again, huge shout out to Prestige Jeep Dodge Chrysler Ram, because it's awesome of them to let us have a go in this thing.
Oh, yeah.
And Bella joins us as well.
Hi.
So yeah, if you want to get one of these things, or really any other Stellantis product, which means you're probably never going to go on a road trip in one of their electric products, Bella can hook you up though. So shout out these guys, they're awesome. someone also has a pretty cool orange Hummer EV who works here, I guess. So we're off on the road, and Jordan, I'm noticing a couple things that are really nice off the bat. It has the typical sort of Stellantis volume and track buttons on the back of the wheel, which makes changing station and volume really easy. So little triggers behind the wheel, which is nice. Have you experienced that, Jordan?
Yes, my Fiat 500 had that.
Oh, lovely.
It was great.
So I'm going to use the one pedal driving, which means we're coasting, we're coasting, we're coasting. There's the brakes. But it is the launch edition. So guys, holding on. We're not going to do a zero launch, but we'll roll into it. So first thing we experience, 3, 2, 1, and damn, roast the front tires. And then it kind of runs out of steam. So it does the Dodge Charger thing. I saw a couple reviews of this, and normally I don't watch reviews before I drive something. Everyone was like, wow, it must be fast because it has wheel spin. What happens is the weight comes off the front when you hit the throttle, because it's a pretty squishy suspension I'm feeling, and then the front tires just spin. And so that's not good. What's your impression?
Yeah, no, it should do that.
Right, it should have a juicier rear motor,
Exactly.
and then a small secondary motor in the front. But here they've basically done 2 primary axles, and so the balance of the drivetrain is just completely off. To roll into it a little bit, just to try a little bit of power, there,
Yeah, that's fine.
that was fine. But my foot was floored. I was to the floor, and then it did that second ramp of power. So what happened was it was the front motor disconnect.
Right.
Because it gave everything the rear could. Then that second wave was it connecting the front motor. If you want to keep it more responsive, you can go into sport mode. Instantly can feel everything tighten up and get more responsive. We're actually going to go left over here. And now the front motor will stay disconnected. So I guess when we do the same thing here, it should be a hit of power and then rock and roll.
Right.
So one pedal driving down, and see we're rolling past the stop bar here. I'm not touching anything, right? And now it's actually still creeping and
Oh, it's
actually cogging. Dude, we're getting motor cog right here.
Oh, damn.
That's
Still not stopped?
insane. I had to hit the brakes to stop it.
Yeah, interesting.
So I'll tell you exactly what happened there, Jordan. When you go to sport mode, it turns off traction control, which then must turn off one pedal driving.
Oh.
But if I go back to auto, traction control is on, and I'm guessing, well, auto hold is off. So yeah, now we're back in one pedal mode. So many odd decisions that should have never left the factory like that. The motor cogging, Jordan, have we ever felt a drivetrain that was so poorly tuned?
Not quite like that, yeah.
That was just tunk, 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 tunk. Any thoughts, Andreas?
Yeah, no, I've never experienced that. How do you call this?
Motor cogging?
Cogging, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a first one for me.
Okay, let's just knock it back into sport mode. Throttle gets way more sensitive, so the first bit of the throttle is doing more work. I'm just going to get us up to a little bit of cruising speed here, and then we're going to essentially give it time for the front motors, in theory, to disconnect if we were in auto mode, but here they're going to stay disconnected. And we'll just go quick, wide open throttle hit. So 3, 2, 1, boom, instantly all the power. Doesn't feel that fast.
Yeah.
600 horsepower, they claim fastest Jeep. There's no way. I don't know.
Maybe at the launch.
Maybe at the launch, yeah. But it just feels, properly powered. Someone that's interested in something like this, it's got more than enough juice to get around.
Totally.
Yeah, no question.
Still got good juice, but yeah.
What I don't know is if the suspension is adaptive or not. Do we know, Jordan, what the suspension is?
I don't actually know.
I don't know if it has adaptive damper. I don't think it's on air suspension, but I don't know if it has adaptive damper or not. Something we might have to play around with when we get it on test. So now I'm back in auto, and it's not stopping. So we've completely lost our one pedal drive option going into sport mode. Really? Creep off, regen max. No. But it didn't come to a stop. I had to hit the brakes.
Yep.
It might have eventually.
Right, we may have just been coasting up this way.
Well, the Outback would have made you stop.
Bella would not have been happy with us at that point then. So the goal here now, Jordan, is we've learned the low-speed driving calibration is pretty bad. Not just pretty bad, maybe the worst in this segment, without question. And then we're going to test sort of the high-speed highway cruising capabilities, kick on some of the lane centering functions that it should have, test the noise. It does have double pane glass. And I think if it can be a good highway cruiser, then that might be a redeeming factor.
Yeah, for sure.
But then if you're going to spend time on the highway, you would want good route planning.
Which you don't have in this car.
So I'm confused.
Yeah.
And one thing we haven't mentioned in this video yet, but that's a really, I would say, nice thing that Stellantis offers here is the ability that it can over-the-air software update pretty much every module on the vehicle. So it's not like it'll just do HMI updates to the screens. It can update your battery management module, your driver assistance module, and stuff like that. So, active driving assist ready. I'm going to hit set. We'll bump the speed up so I can push and hold to get 5 mile per hour increments.
And you gotta make sure autonomy is working. So.
Oh, there we go. Just loaded. Oh, our details are unavailable while we're driving.
Sad.
Yes, but I'm sure everything is working fine because the system does appear to be working. We'll go closest distance, and I have it set to just 5 over the speed limit at the moment, which would be 70 miles an hour. Speed limit 65. It has a capacitive wheel. Jordan, I don't know if you can zoom in on this here, but if I don't touch the wheel, almost instantly it recommends for me to put my hand back on. And I will say it's doing a good job of lane tracking at the moment. We're just going straight, but it at least seems to work fine for this type of application. Very odd use of screen real estate. First of all, head-up display is microscopic, and I mean, like, probably the smallest head-up display out of any vehicle. Let's test the response for distance to the Subaru. I do have it on the closest follow distance, and I am covering the brake pedal in case we get closer. Just slammed on the brakes out of nowhere.
That was the car. Okay.
That was all the car. What's your impression of that?
Yeah, very jerky.
And now, see, he's pulling away,
Yeah.
and now it's ramping on the throttle.
Yeah, way too aggressive, this brake just there.
That was odd.
Yeah.
And again, the car only has 26 miles on it. Maybe it has to go through a calibration process.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I just think it's bad.
Yeah.
Bad software. I also wanted to mention earlier that this is a really bad use of screen real estate, Jordan.
Yeah, I see a lot of blank space around it.
Yeah, don't know what is going on there. I can change the screen, of course, so now I've got sort of a larger view in terms of the layout. But yeah, we're just using the lane centering. We'll go a couple more stoplights, spin around, and head back. Oh, there we go. Rubicon getting into the throttle next to us. See, that's a real Jeep.
Oh, yeah.
And what happens if we hit the turn signal? You hit the turn signal, it does accelerate to clear the path.
This is good.
That's a great function. It shuts off auto steer, and now we're back on lane centering.
Okay, this is much better than any other.
BMW does this.
BMW, yeah.
Yeah. But that's a great feature.
Yeah.
That it anticipates you going for a pass before you clear the range of motion in the car in front.
Great. FSD taken.
We found something good about the Wagoneer and the nice interior.
Well, yeah, the ride quality up there, and
All right.
age and everything.
Yeah, we'll talk about that on the way back. Coming in under braking, so that's all regen, pretty strong regen. Bella, hold on tight. I'm going to hit the brakes hard. 3, 2, 1, full brakes. Oh my gosh, you can feel the weight of it. Because it's on little 235s, Jordan.
Yep.
It had literally no stopping power.
Good thing it weighs less than the Charger.
I can't believe that. All right, and now we're going up full power this way. Yeah, when you roll into it, so you don't shock load the front motor, you don't spin the front tires, and you get up to speed fine.
Yep.
But it's still not. Feels like a Model Y dual motor, maybe. I think it's technically 3.9 to 60, Jordan.
3.4.
3.4? So it's Model Y performance fast?
Yep.
I don't think so.
No way.
It doesn't feel like it.
Maybe it's all in the launch. It is the launch edition.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not, you're not buying this for performance. So let's talk ride quality and noise. We're sitting here 50 miles an hour. It's not bad.
Fine.
I would say average.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's the impression from the back seat? Because you'll have a different experience than us,
there's
Jordan.
a little bit more bobbing than I think you're imagining in the front seat, but really
so I
not.
can feel a lot of
a bit more of the
porpoising.
undulations, but it's really not bad, and it's nice, fairly quiet. Honestly, one of the quieter cars.
Yeah, quieter than Tesla.
Yep.
Maybe not new Model Y. We haven't tested that yet.
Yep.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's
No one's going to complain about the noise. I would say average.
Yeah.
But for $75,000, then it goes, oh, maybe. Because like e-tron's way quieter. And what's Q8 e-tron, Jordan? They're like 75 now, aren't they?
Yeah, I think so.
That's a bank vault.
I really like the digital rearview mirror.
It's very nice. Yeah, I like it.
They did a nice job on that.
Can
You can switch it. Oh, hold on tight. Power through the light. Huge delay as you wait for the front motor to get connected there. Yeah, so you might be able to like zoom in and up and down.
Yeah.
So you can go up and down.
Oh, I increase the brightness actually.
Yep.
Okay,
Oh, cool.
Not much.
That's fine.
Yeah, that is very nice. And it's big. It's sturdy.
And you can turn it off because some of our viewers don't like it. So you can go for the standard mirror.
Oh, so it turns into an actual mirror.
Just like everyone.
Yeah, I've never owned one. That's cool. I like it.
Yeah, so it's also like 1994 that they put your home link in the visor and not built into the system.
94, 90, yeah.
But
I
maybe
mean-
that's more responsive than the actual screen.
Right, maybe the boot up time of this would be really slow, so you got to hit the buttons up here. So yeah, I mean, ride quality to me doesn't seem ultra cushy. It's definitely got a little bit more of a firmer vibe to it. However, we haven't hit any bumps or taken it around any corners. I just can't get over the lack of braking performance because of the skinny tire. And again, the car's broken in, the tires may still have the mold release in it, it's cold outside, blah, 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 all asterisks, but it just seems a bit under-tired for what they're trying to do. I also think anytime that you have a car that spins the front tires when you're under acceleration and not the rear at the same time, like if it does a four-wheel burnout, really cool. If it does a rear-wheel drive burnout, really cool. But if it does a front-wheel drive burnout and not the rear, lame, not good.
Yep, I agree.
And that was the problem with the Dodge Charger. It's a muscle car that spins the wrong tires. And here in an SUV, it just shows, again, still you're leaving time on the table for acceleration, for driving performance by not putting a larger, more powerful rear motor in and then a small secondary front motor. It would also give you the benefit of when you disconnect the front motor, you can spend more time in single motor mode without having to bring in the secondary axle under medium acceleration if they were to put a really nice motor in the back there. So that's sort of a fundamental platform discussion disagreement that I have with what they did. From a manufacturing standpoint, they're able to produce two of the same exact motors. I believe they do have different gear ratios front and rear. So there are benefits to doing this from a manufacturing and production standpoint, but not to the consumer benefit. I guess the consumer benefit would be lower cost, but then the car's expensive. So doesn't translate through. Here's a bump. Fine, little bit of reverb from the back, like a little boominess coming from back there. Not the end of the world. I actually think it's a fine driving car, and anyone looking in a category like this is going to be just fine and happy experiencing it. Jordan, any impressions from your side? Compared to the competition?
It doesn't bounce a lot. It settles nicely after a bump. But yeah, there's a bit of porpoising back here. Kind of reminds me of the Rivian
R1S, Gen 1, where you're just kind of big bumps. It seems to absorb okay.
Yeah, but it really doesn't bother me. So I'm happy with that. Love the glass roof. Makes it feel way less dark. It would feel like an absolute cavern in here without it.
Right, totally agree. We have the world's slowest Ford Fusion in front of us.
A red plate. I keep seeing red plates all day.
I like how they flashed him to say, hey, I'm like 500 feet back, you can fit. And we'll just get into the throttle. Front motor connects and we go. It has to be the slowest, worst tuned front motor connect out of all of them. Because Mercedes does it with the all-wheel drive. You cannot tell. It's just as you roll into it, they already get that front motor rocking and you go. EGMP, there is a little bit of delay, but it's got to be 5 times quicker than this. So again, they're benchmarking the industry. They've driven all these cars when they engineer this, and they just go, let's make it worse.
Maybe they benchmarked the EX90.
Yeah, EX90's like this, isn't it, Jordan? We gave them a lot of crap for that as well. So yeah, the driving experience in a mid-size electric SUV, which no one's buying for a driving experience, is going to be totally fine. The massaging seats are really nice. The steering wheel's okay. I'm not a huge flat bottom wheel guy or flat top wheel guy, but it's fine. The driver assistance seems to be fine for lane centering, although the distance isn't great, and I'm sure around some corners like the Charger, it's not going to be wonderful. It's no Tesla FSD-like system or anything. And again, I think that's a shame because you can buy cars for way less money than this that have way more autonomy, and they're just not competitive in those categories. So to sort of wrap up the video, Jordan, should we just run through value and if we recommend this to our viewers?
Yep.
What so 75 grand, what else would you get instead of this, or is this the option?
I mean, I feel like I would definitely be driving Lyric.
You'd give up the charging performance for Lyric?
Yeah, I think if you're not road tripping, I think Lyric would be an interesting competitor. And even that, I mean, that has route planning.
Yes.
So it may charge worse, but it may be easier to actually charge.
Right, in the winter time, it may charge better than this because you can precondition on the way to the charger.
Right. But otherwise, I mean, comparable, I feel like interior feel, like they both feel like nice places to be.
Yeah,
So
I actually think this has a nicer interior.
Yeah, I think so. And this feel, other than the touchpad below that screen, the Lyric has fewer nicer areas, I think.
Totally. Well, I would say if you're going to get one, lease it because they're not going to be worth anything on the secondary market. And Bella can hook you up with a lease. And yeah, I just think Stellantis still just needs to get their shit together from a software standpoint.
Oh, yeah.
Drivetrain tuning, software. They clearly know how to engineer a car, design an interior. They did a great job with all of that. And it's just like, again, it feels like another 2 years of development or 1 year of development. It could actually be a great car. They just need to work on the little last, 20%. It's not even 5%. The last 20% could be dialed in. But I'm really glad we got to have a go and drive around in this. I think people who buy it are not going to be totally disappointed, but I also can't see myself recommending this car over some of the competition out there.
Yeah, I think if you love, getting in a car, having a comfortable place to be, loving a good CarPlay situation, loving a good sound system, this will nail all of that.
Yeah.
Go on road trips.
But maybe if you're into road tripping and
Or-
into really good technology, maybe not so much.
Yeah, I think that sums it up. It's kind of a meh car, but I actually think it's better than the Charger.
Yep.
Yep, so that's offensive. This isn't offensive. It's just not done. Thanks so much for watching another Out of Spec Reviews video. Shout out to Prestige for letting us come and test drive their car. That's super cool. And we'll leave their contact info in the description below so you can hit up Bella if you need any Stellantis product, not just particularly this particular Jeep. She'll sell you any Jeep, Dodge, Chrysler, Ram. And that's the video. Thanks for watching. See you again soon. Bye-bye.